Evening. Welcome to a 111 portal. It's easy not to come, but how can we not do consistent portals when it's angels? I wish the music was still playing. Last song I just heard was Faith Evans, As Soon As I Get Home to You, for whoever might need to hear that. Okay? I don't know. It's very old school. It's very old school vibes. You see it? Very old school. When I think about it, I was 19 when that song came out. 19. Decree, what's good? Can I get a sound check, please, my love? Oh, the rings be falling off. I mean, it's a good thing because you know when the rings start falling off, it means your fingers are getting smaller. Because for a hot second, I had sausage fingers. I had them. It's interesting. Aging. It's interesting. Very interesting. Got some pretty far out thoughts. Shandati, my love. How are you, girl? I got some pretty far out thoughts that I want to share with you guys. Because since I've come off social media, which now I am officially off social media except YouTube. Thank you, Decree, for the donation. Thank you. Thanks. What was I saying? Other than YouTube, I'm completely off of these apps. And it's been 4 weeks. 4 weeks. Let me hurry up and cleanse up these cards because before you can't see me. Yeah, it's been a month since I've been off social media and I love it for me. I have been doing so much more constructive things with my time, including watching some really interesting debates. Really interesting debates between opposites. And talking of opposites, I've also been watching a lot of thank you so much. Thank you, Decree. I've been watching more news clips, just things that pop up. I've been kind of sitting in them for longer rather than scrolling every 2 seconds because I don't be doing that anymore. And it's revolutionary to my mental health. I can't tell you. It's revolutionary to my mental health. I think that's it. I don't want to use Making Magic Oracle today, darling. You can stay over there. And then I can put this over here. I can put it there. Yep, good. Okay, great. Okay, good. Oh, me too, Shonda. Hey, Marilyn. Hey, guys. How you feeling? How are you guys feeling? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very good. I'm feeling very extra. Look at the size of this cup. I'm feeling very extra. You know me, I love a good cup of tea. Hey, Zim Creator Puff. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, guys. You know, are so cute and so kind, honest. This cup, yeah, I couldn't leave it in the shop. I was like, when am I going to ever see a cup that big with a dragon on it? Talking of dragons, I don't know where to start with my thoughts. Oh, me too, Merlin. I don't know where to really start with my thoughts because they're sporadic. And do you know what I love about them? I spend more time in the actual thought as opposed to, this scrolling through even my own thoughts, just allowing them to just sit and savor, even grabbing my phone at times and just talking into my phone. Thank you so much. Just talking into my phone and like trying to expand on the thought. I don't know where to start with the opposites, but because this one has just come into my head and it's written down nowhere, I'm gonna start with this first thought. And I was thinking, you know, this saying, alone and you leave this world alone. You know that saying. I don't like it. I don't like it, and it's not a truth. The reason why I came up with this idea of it not being a truth, because I was watching a lot of debate and I was watching a lot of people speaking very passionately about their point of view and the things that they believe. And, you know, people kept saying, but this is what I believe. And we've spoken about this many years ago. We're talking 2019, before maybe early 2020, when we spoke about belief not being the same vibration as knowing. And so just because something is repeated by a lot of people all of the time doesn't make this thing true. And just because this saying, you born alone and you die alone, can you not hit the like button? There's like 26 of you watching and 5 of you liking it. I beg you, please. So yeah, this notion of being born alone and leaving alone is an untruth. It's not true. Just because a lot of people say it all the time, and even some people truly believe that, it's not true. You don't come into the world alone. Even if it's just you and your mother, there is the two of you. You are being supported and loved and guided. In fact, there's 3 of you, because there's you, your mother, and the Most High. Because I don't, honestly, up to this day, childbirth is such a phenomenon that it's only got to be a divine miracle. It has to be, because of all of what goes into it. So there's the 3 of you in this process of being birthed into this realm and this reality. And then if you do life correctly, even if you don't do life correctly, on those really odd occasions where people truly die alone, but if you do life correctly, even if you die around strangers in hospital, in a hospice, whatever, you're never alone. You don't come into this world alone, and you don't die alone. And just because it's been said and felt, and do you know what I mean? Like, people truly believe this paradigm. It's not true. It's never been true for anybody. Nobody has come into this world alone. Everybody has been assisted by their mothers, unless you were not born of a mother. Gen X has definitely got to be the most politically incorrect generation known to man, because of the things that were put into our heads as children. I was going to say, because what happened to, when I was a little kid, there was such a thing called a test tube baby, really commonly spoken about, like we knew what we were talking about. We didn't even know what we were talking about, but it was a common thing. It was even in one of our rhymes. And like, what is that exactly? Is that what we call now IVF? Please, somebody, honestly, it's a genuine question. I'm not even trying to be rude or disrespectful. It's a genuine question. Whatever happened to test tube babies? Is that now IVF? Is that what we call IVF now? Anyway, digression. Hey, Heavenly House, York. Hey, girl. My little are you? Because sometimes I forget you last name, but if I'm not correct, if I'm not mistaken, you're my Matrix obsessed sister twin, isn't it? Are we Matrix twin obsessed together? Talk to me. But yeah, so that's one of the one thought that has been. I mean, I haven't been pressed about it. It's just something that came to my mind. I was just like, no, hey girl. Yeah, I was just like, no, I never came here by myself. I was so far from alone, and I'm not gonna die alone either. Especially when I'm trying to. Thank you, sis Black SC LSC. Hey, girl. Please hit the like button when you. Okay, you are. You are. I love you lot so much. But yeah, I was thinking about that. I was just like, I wasn't alone. I remember my daughter had a committee when she was born. She had a committee. Eh? There was generations of family, her family in that room. Her great grandmother was there. My mother was there. Her father delivered her. His best friend was there. My best friend was there. Her auntie was in the room. All of us, we were there. There was a committee, as well as the midwife and my GP. All of these people were there to greet her. And so, and the way that she's doing live, she's really going to be surrounded by so much love and so much good energy when it's time for her to transcend into something else. I believe that for myself also. I feel like I've done life well enough that I should be surrounded. Do you know what I mean? And even if it's not physical people, like my spirit team will be there to usher me on and tell me what to do and which left or right. What am I doing? What am I doing? So, in all honesty, we've got to, just because it's repeated, just because a lot of people are saying it, and just because people truly believe this thing, doesn't mean that it's true. Doesn't mean that it's true, and two things can be true at the same time. This is what because of these debates that I've been watching, because yeah, I've watched I think it's called Dr. What's her name? Dr. I can't remember. I might put it in the description. Basically, she's got these two groups of people from opposites, like I said. So I watched a debate between homeopaths, natural health healers, and doctors, medical doctors. What a beautiful debate. Really and truly, if we wanted to define this age between spirituality and science, this debate between these beautiful women on both sides would have been it. It was such a beautiful conversation. I also watched one with New Age versus Christianity. I watched one which was boss babes versus trad wives, traditional wives. I mean, I watched a little bit with trans women versus biological women. These debates are so interesting, so riveting. The questions and the prompts that are being asked are so intelligent and so beautiful to also watch us have differences and be okay with our differences, not all the time rubbishing somebody else's way of being. Talk about way of being. I had a revelation as to what crystalline is, because we've been talking about crystalline since we've been talking about ascension, right? And I think that the thing that ascension is bringing us into, I'm sure it's not bringing us into one thing, but the thing that ascension is essentially bringing us into is into our crystalline bodies. Nobody really talked about what crystalline bodies were. I think there was assumptions. I think people assumed what they were. I definitely assumed what they were. I definitely was looking at more of the light astral body as the crystalline body, but I had a revelation that it isn't that. The crystalline body is the body made of this. It's our bones, it's our teeth, it's our nails, it's our hair. That's the crystalline grid within us. Because obviously, if we know that teeth are crystals, then crystals are made of the very same thing that bones are made of, which must be crystals. Hair and nails are just a variation of bone materials. So the actual body now, which is being activated, is the bones, is the bone body. Now obviously it's obviously animated, because otherwise we would just be a sack and we wouldn't be able to be what we are. We wouldn't be able to walk, we wouldn't be able to talk, we wouldn't be able to do a lot of things. But this is where I came to this revelation, because remember I tell you, sometimes I come on here and talk about, oh shit man, I've got a toothache, my tooth hurts. And a lot of the time when I have a toothache, there's a solar storm. If I knew that sooner, I would have stopped pulling my teeth out every time I get some toothache. Thank you, Dominique Black. We'd be talking about that. This is you're going to feel it literally in your bones. You're going to feel the ascension in your bones. You're literally, and this is not a new phenomenon in human evolution. My great grannies, I already know, they felt shit in their bones. Indigenous people feel things in their bones. Look, we know when a storm's coming, because you can feel that in your knees. Can you not? Like, you can feel that shit in your kneecaps. You can sometimes you get different aches and pains, and this is telling you not only about the structure of what's happening in your micro body. This is also telling you what's happening in the greater structure, in the macro. Your body, your bones now are the indication as to what's going on. So really and truly, the study right now should be of the bones. We should be much more clued up. We should have more knowledge of our bone structure than we do right now, because the bone structure is the crystalline body that we've been waiting for, but it's been here the whole time. I feel like what's been happening over the last 10 years is an activation, and this activation has become more and more intense as the years have gone by, and now, boom, you and your crystalline body, your bones, your teeth, your vertebrae, everything is giving you messages, sending you signals, letting you know. And what's also connected to the bones is the brain. Your spinal cord, which is made up of bone, is connected to your brain. So again, I think that there's a lot more expansion, because we knew and we've known since science that we've only been using 5% of our brains for the longest time, but now obviously we're using a lot more of the brain. Some of us are, not everybody, trust me. But most people who are aware of their ascension process are using much more brain capacity than they were using at the beginning of their lifespan, if that makes sense. That's so good, Heavenly House ER, because honestly, the worst thing you can do is get your wisdom teeth taken out, any teeth taken out. They shouldn't be removed. I have no wisdom teeth, but thank God I still got a piece of wisdom inside of me, but I've got none. I've had them all removed in my 20s. I've got 2 missing over here. I've got 1 missing over here. I was going to get one drawn out last year, and something told me, no, this is, no. Mm-mm. And obviously your teeth hold a lot of information. Your bones are the most indestructible thing on the planet. Like, we find bones that are thousands and thousands, even millions of years old, that have survived all of what this experience, this atmosphere, this place has to offer. It's survived it. So I believe that our bone structure, our bones are now this crystalline body, and you need to listen to your bones a piece more. You need to listen to your body a bit more. Also get to a chiropractor as quickly as you can. I can't wait to see my Dave, honestly. I need to get to my chiropractor. It's been a minute just to align. Imagine how misaligned our bones are. When I first went to a chiropractor with my Dave, yeah, because he's my Dave, because I love him so much. I feel like he changed my life. Actually, shall I post? I'm going to post. I've got an old video of a session that I did with my Dave and the girls, my children. Hey, Miss Bailey. Hey, baby girl. Yeah, I've got a video of going to the chiropractor, and he was really, we asked some really good questions, and one of the things that he said to me when I first went to him, he said that my body was lopsided from carrying my daughter. It's literally carrying her on my hip at an angle for years. He said that most women's bones are misaligned because of just that alone. And imagine how, look at me slouching, like how we slouch and how we, you know what I mean? So chiropractors, that's gonna be the next video that I post. Me too, Miss Bailey. I'm glad you caught the live. One thing, if you do have any teeth removed, which you shouldn't, but if you do, take them home. I took all my wisdom teeth home because they do, like I said, it holds a lot of information. There's a lot of ancestral DNA in your teeth. You get it? So I don't know what they do with the damn teeth if you let them keep them. You know, my conspiracy theorist has 101 different reasons why you should not give your teeth to dentists. Even, no, I'm not going to say that. Anyway, look, these thoughts be swirling in my head. Now, let's talk about opposites. I have found the opposite of Ardoni. I found the opposite of Ardoni. I mean, she's been there the whole time. It's not like she just came out of nowhere, and her name gave it away for me. So, you know, I've been talking about Tiamat. I've been talking about that dragon energy, that alleged breath of life energy, the hidden divine dark feminine energy. Remember, I've been talking a little bit about this. Talk about Tiamat, and we talk about everything that has ever been here is here right now. Honestly, Dolce. Hey, Geneva. exciting for me to put these kind of dots together. So without further ado, I believe that the Tiamat energy, if you want the Sophia energy, if you want the Lilith energy, if you want the Ma'at energy, if you want the Mama Yamea energy, I think it's being channeled by Madam Prime Minister Mia Amore Motley of Barbados. I believe that woman is being channeled by the dark divine feminine energy, and she is an example of what it sounds like and looks like to stand in this energy. She is also not at risk. You should hear some of her speeches and some of the things. You should Google her speech at the United Nations to Benjamin Netanyahu. You want to see what she told this man. And when I heard that speech, I was like, I think I know who she is. I think that she is this divine feminine energy that we've been hearing so much about. And, you know, we've been feeling so helpless and so silenced and so... Madam Mia Amore, her name is an analogy of Tiamat. Her name is Mia Amore Motley. You can find Tiamat in there, and what the letters that are left says more Motley. Remember the Motley Crew? Gen X. Remember the Motley Crew? And the Motley Crew were like a hip hop collective, and they were fresh and innovative, and our parents hated them. Do you remember? And the letters that are left after you draw out Tiamat out of her name is more Motley. I believe that this woman is being channeled by the Divine Mother. You can't tell me no different at this point now. Even her aura, her energy is big mama energy. Her fearlessness, her level of intelligence. Marceline! Sorry for shouting. Marceline! You better get down! Why is Marceline climbing my fake tree? And it's got chimes on it. That's how I know she's on there. I don't know why she's trying me. Okay. As I said, I don't think this woman, you can't tell me she's not Big Mama. You can't tell me she's the embodiment. She's being channeled. Just like how certain people are claiming to be certain people of the old energies. Like I said, all the key players are here right now. They're being embodied by something and somebody. Donnie's one of them. Uncle Vlad is one of them. Most of the world leaders is one of them. And also some of the entertainment people them is some of them. By the way, and some of them is you, some of them is me. Don't get that part twisted neither. So boom, talking about celebrity and them things there because I don't really fuck with it. But this is why we're doing the 5 aspects of the soul, because it's another thought I've been having. Another thought where the world is, you see the title is the world is world staged. This is why I've called it world staged, because all of the characters are in front of us right now. And it's just it's a performance. It's a stage show. You see it. So it's like, have you ever been to a stage show? I'm talking about like a festival type thing where there's numerous amounts of artists who come and do their little 15-minute set and then they leave, and then it's another vibe. There's various stages. There's the main stages, and then there's, you know, smaller stages, even some tents where you have to go inside to see who it is and who's going on there. Sometimes you got some gems, you got some, you know, not big names, but big talents inside these little tents. So I'm talking about the world is staged and everybody is poised in their position, in their characters. Now, this is why I wanted to do 5 aspects of the soul today, because I've explained to you that we have these 5 aspects. It's like a hand for real. Like it all works together. Your inner child, your masculine, your shadow, your feminine, and your higher self, all having to work together in order to give you your optimum experience of being in this space at this time. And I thought about it, and I was thinking, I was watching a movie called Goodbye June with Helen Mirren, and I've been watching a lot of things with Helen Mirren in them. I've watched her as an Irish gangster, mad woman. I've watched her as a detective CIA agent, and I've watched her recently in Goodbye June, mother of 5, working class vibes. And I've believed every single one of the characters that she plays. And it made me think about, if anybody really demonstrates what the aspects of the soul are, it's got to be artists. You know, it's got to be the people that play parts, play roles. And that essentially is also what the 5 aspects of the soul is. You know, it's not necessarily something that's not part of you. Like, you couldn't tell me that Al Pacino wasn't what's his name? You know, when he's got all the cocaine. You know that movie, in it, Scarface. You could tell me he wasn't Scarface, but then you also couldn't tell me he wasn't Meet the Fockers. You remember the dad on Meet the Fockers? That's the same man that played Scarface. And he's both of those characters. He was his shadow in Scarface, and he was his higher self in Tony Montana. You see it? Like, he was the father, and everything that he's ever played in between. These are all different aspects of him. Just because it was, yeah, I do. Just because it was written parts, he had to find that character. When Helen Mirren played Maeve in that gangster thing, yeah, you got, that's a part of her. Even though she's played even the Queen of England, she's played all these different types of parts, but they're all versions of her that she's just had to tap into. And this is again why I again encourage you lot to play your part, but play all of your characters. Don't just stick to one thing. Oh, then my bad. Al Pacino, you're right. My bad. Marceline, you better come here right now. Get off the tree. If I have to get up, you lot. Okay, boom. I think I've said all that I want to say about all that I want to say so far. Yeah. Best thing I heard today was that social media is neurological junk food. Social media is neurological junk food that the brain has quickly become addicted to, but now needs a detox very quickly. Very, very quickly. I'm not just saying that because I'm doing it. My detox is not even detox, it's the Exodus. You just won't find me on Shandidasi. You just won't find me on social media anymore, except this is the last platform. It's a mess. It's a mess. And what it's doing to our babies, all the tech that they've got in the schools. Not one child, not my grandbaby, not a picnic of mine was going back to them schools there. I mean, they were already a mess. But now with the tech inside, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. That being said, oh, let's get into prayer. And let's pull some cards for the 5 aspects of the soul, shall we? Alrighty. Our divine Mother and Father who live within us, hallowed be thy name, our freedom come, your will be done in us as it is within you. Give us this day our daily breath, and forgive us our trespasses against ourselves and others, as we forgive those who trespass against us and themselves, through all lifetimes, timelines, and levels of consciousness. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the absence of love. For we are the kingdom, we are the power. Divided we are weak, united we are victorious. And to you, the Almighty, we give all of the glory forever and ever. Duanete. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done, and so it is. And so it will be a share. And so it will be Ashe. I invite my ancestors, my angels, my guides, my Risha, my guardians of the Sierra, fire and ether into this space so that we can have a clear, precise reading about the 5 aspects of the soul. Give us any messages that we need right here, right now, today. Thank you. It's true, you know, who named it doom scrolling? Can't believe that. That's what this woman was saying, that they've replaced books, papers and pen with screens. What? She said something so poignant. She was just like, you know, children shouldn't have screens, period, whether in school or out of school. The simple thing of just staring out of the window and letting your children don't watch clouds anymore. They don't watch the shapes of the clouds. They don't watch the moon following them in a long car journey, and they don't watch the raindrops fall into each other on a window in a car when it's raining. They don't read books. There's no bedtime stories anymore. I hate what's happened. Like, a couple of times when she was talking, I choked up because thankfully my baby's grown, but I was just like, fuck. Like, what if she has a baby and my baby wouldn't send her baby to school? She would definitely homeschool, or she would send her to me and let me homeschool that child, because there's no way it would go into an institution. The smell of a book, Shonda, honestly. I thought that in Africa they had removed Silicon Valley and created their own Google and search engine. Sis, is that not true? We were delighted when we heard that. Hey, Nancy Thomas. Please. I can't talk about it no more. It's too stressful. We're going to look at I want to look at the inner child first. And even to the point where even in schools they're going to have cameras and things that can pick up your sound and spy on you, with all those machines in the room as well. Can you imagine that? I would have died, because I was definitely the one in the back of the class giggling and talking. Yeah, I used to get shouted at, stop talking at the back of the class, but nobody knew what I was saying. Can you imagine? Right, inner child. Got 2 cards. cooperation and interdependence. It says here, this symbol suggests together we achieve more. And this is exactly the point when it comes to our children, when it comes to not allowing this digital invasion to now take over and corrupt the next generation. Because if we don't stand together and do something, it's going to be allowed, it's going to go through. You know, the only way they get away with anything is if we acquiesce, if we agree to it. So I think that your children is my children should be your children. We all in this bitch together, and we must definitely do our part. Even as individuals, it's important that we do our part. We have to wean small primary school children, preschoolers off of these screens immediately, like starting from right now. It can't be a thing. It cannot be that 97% of 7-year-olds have a smartphone. 97 fucking percent have a smartphone. I don't even know what to say to that statistic, but it's a real statistic. It's a real statistic. If we don't move together, move as one to save these babies, I'm gonna. This cat. Marceline! If I hear it go off one more time, I'm coming for you. I promise you. I don't even know why I said that, because she's not scared of me. She doesn't care, because I don't do anything. And secondly, we've got divinity of Mother Earth. Symbol of the importance of the earth is sustaining life, and they have to also care and feel like this place is part of them in order for them to, like I said, I just mentioned some of the wonders of this space that children no longer care about. Children are not looking out of the window anymore. They're looking down into their screens. They're not asking to play outside anymore. They're asking for more screen time. They're not asking to go on adventures. They're not allowed to even go on adventures anymore, because it's not that time. It's not that space where you could just let your kid run free. Dolce, one thing about me, if I could pull up, if it wasn't so high up, I would pull up my dress and show you that I wrote on my leg neurological junk food, because I knew I would forget. So I just wrote it on my leg. I had a pen in my hand and I just scribbled it on my leg, and I was thinking, shit, we don't even write on our skin anymore. Remember, we used to write on our skin? That's why some of us are covered in tattoos, because they'd be writing on our skin so much. It truly is diabolical that they have taken pens and papers away from our babies. Divinity of Mother Earth. We don't move properly with the rhythm of this space. We're not in awe of sunrises and sunsets anymore. Children are not anyway. I know they don't give a damn about those things. I still am, because, man, beautiful. Parents as well, it's just as addicted as their children. So they've got a free babysitter on the screen and get some type of peace. They themselves can escape into their own addiction, into the phone, and it's just a hot mess, Aya. It's just a hot mess. And if we don't get back to basics very quickly, this can be, we don't even know the consequences of this level of digital influence on our human brains. We just don't know, like, all now. Marilyn, I found like a stretched canvas, massive one outside. I bought it inside. I can't paint. I've never painted, but there's some paints in the house. And I'm going to paint on that canvas. I was going to give it to my daughter, but this one here, this is my baby that can't draw for shit. But look what she made. Look what she made with a little concentration. Cuba can't draw for fucking nothing, but she made this. It's like one of my favorite pieces in the house. She made this and even signed it in the corner, and I just love it. You know, when your kids still bring home art from whatever. This was a sip and paint thing. She's like, "Mom, I made you this." I was just like, there's drawings and paintings all over the house from my kids because they know I love that shit. So I'm gonna give it a try myself. I hope there's an internet blackout, but I know that it's going to be detrimental for those that don't prepare. And I think we should be mentally preparing for these things so that we're not losing our mind. The other day, yeah, I went to the sauna, and I go to like an outdoor sauna in the park, and there were these two, I want to say, mid-20s-year-old girls, and they came in and they sat. I normally sit in the silent sauna because that's my thing. So I sat in the silent sauna. They were in there not 30 seconds, and as they left, you could hear them saying, I couldn't do it. Like, it was the silence. I was just like, oh, I've been in there 40 minutes. I hadn't moved in 40 minutes. And these babies came in there and they were in there 30 seconds, not a minute were they inside there. They said they couldn't take the silence. I said, fuck. I said, shit then. This is the results. These are the results of being constantly stimulated, that you can't even sit with yourself. And if you can't sit with yourself, then you are susceptible to anything and everything. Anything and everything can take a hold of you because you cannot sit in silence by yourself. And you weren't even by yourself, you were with fucking people. Place was packed. And you couldn't sit in the silent space. It was worrying. It's worrying. You know, sometimes I still get pulled up for not taking my phone to the shop with me. Because why am I taking it to the shop with me? What's it going to do? What will I miss? If I just go to my high street and I'm gone 45 minutes, why do I need my phone? I've stopped taking it outside. I'm really old school. Like, if you need to call me. And if I can't pick up the phone, I'll pick it up when I can. Like, I'll pick it up when I get in. What's the urgency? I don't have, my phone is always on silent because I don't like the idea of flinching every time my phone makes a sound and having to look about it like I'm its bitch. You see it? Hey, Creation TV station, girl. So yeah, Divinity of Mother. First of all, so I'm guessing that this year will definitely be a massive pushback when it comes to digital advancements. Marceline, I know you was being naughty, you know. But thank you for not being naughty anymore. Welcome. She's here. She's not allowed on the table no more, so you weren't going to see her. Anyway, I think there's going to be a massive pushback, which means there's going to be a massive unrest when it comes to education, especially for our little people. And even it's our responsibility as elders to teach the youngers what it was like to be a child. You know, what we teach them, what we did, do the things. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, like, being a young mum, it was easy for me to play with my kid because I was a kid myself still. So it was easy for me to just show her how I move. It was really easy. I still enjoyed everything childlike. So, you know, it was easy, and I understand how it can be a little bit more challenging, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible, especially in the West here where, you know, it's cold at this time. So being outside is kind of challenging, but you can be outside. You know, you can put on, we went out in all weather. We went out in all weather. What do you know about chill blades? What do you know about chill blades? What do you know about holding your wee? Because you can't go in. Hey, Poppy Evans, you can't go in because once you're in, you've got to stay in. What do you know about that? What do you know about weeing in the bushes so that you can stay out longer? What do you know about that? In all weather, what do you know about steam coming off the dirt on the floor because of the wee outside in the cold? What do you know about that? We was outside bare. And I know now it's a bit more, like I say, it's challenging because you got to go with them. You got to go outside with them. But I just think as well, like, communities need to rebuild themselves. I've talked about this a lot, you know, over the years about how important community is, how important it is for you to know your neighbours, how important it is for you, the children of your community, to know each other and to spend time with each other. It's really important. Do you get me? Like, and just because they took everything. They took social clubs, they took community centres, they took youth centres, they took everything and shut these things down. There's nothing, but we as a community are still here. So we have to be innovative and find ways to bring ourselves this interdependence, this cooperation, find ways to truly try to come together as community and let our children intermingle and interact with each other and know each other, because I just find that's just so strange that the children in a certain community don't even know each other. The divinity of mother, get our babies back outside. Get our babies back outside. Get your ass outside as well. If you're having a bit of a internal existential crisis, get yourself outside. You know, get yourself back into nature. This is so important, man. Like, it's a broken record, but it's our bread and butter. It's our foundational point of wellness. When we was little, what did we want to do? We just want to go outside, man. I don't even want to talk about my problems. Just let me out the door and let me run up and down and let me just be free. Get me? Let me be underneath the sky and be done with it. Cooperation and independence. Our children. Symbol suggests together achieve more. What can we do? Well, Queen of Swords is here. So we need to cut through the bullshit and just say what we're thinking. Stop being so politically correct all the time and trying to conform to what the norms, to the new norms that are being put in place. Speak up for yourself, man. Speak up for your children. Stand up for yourselves. Just because they're telling you it's one way, it doesn't mean that that's it. That's the way it is. I've told you that right in the beginning. I told you that just because a bag of people are saying the same thing and repeating it over and over again, and a lot of people are doing it, it doesn't make it true. You can be the one to stand up. You can be the one that makes a difference in your community for not only now but for generations to come. Our children are of the future, so if we're not taking care of our babies and speaking up for them and really taking no shit, I don't know what we're doing. We got the Emperor. We need to take, this is sovereignty, we need to take our sovereignty back. You know, we need to really grasp what is important to us and really hold on to that. Don't let it slip through your fingers just again because everybody else is doing it and it's normal. You've got to stand up for yourself now, man. And then we've got the Star card. This is the Age of Aquarius. You can see the 17 right there. This is giving Age of Aquarius, and this is giving hope that we can still turn things around. Things don't have to be looking as dreadful as it could be if we allow things to continue to progress in the way that they are, especially when it comes to the advances of technology to our children. Because as adults, you have free will. You can do whatever you want to do. But our children are just having to do exactly what they're being told to do. And what they're being told to do is to put down pens, papers, books, natural resources, stay inside, and it makes no sense. So this really now, the Age of Aquarius is that time where we are marrying science, technology with spirituality. It has to be an equal measure. If it's going to, if anything, I would prefer if it steered more into the natural and the spiritual rather than the technological. But if it does have to coexist, then two things need to be true at the same time, and we need to make sure that we are the example of what that looks like. Stemzy, Stemezy, babes, I hear you. I do hear you, because community can seem a folly, especially if you've been the outsider and the rebellious one, or the one that sees things from a different perspective. But you can build your own community. I'm telling you, I'm the first generation born in the UK. I don't have family here. I don't have aunts, uncles, cousins, all these things. I don't have community. I've had to build one from scratch right here in the UK with strangers. I've had to do that. And, you know, it's taken time, but it continues to be a work in progress. It doesn't have to be like that, baby. You can absolutely switch that up and change that around for yourself. You know, like I said, it will take time, but it's doable. Let's see what the angels got to say about the divinity of mother. What's the message there when it comes to the inner child, divinity of mother? And I think as well, you know, children need that nurturing aspect, and if everybody's on their phone, you're not even being nurtured. If teachers are relying on computers to teach children, they're not being nurtured. You know, through every generation they find a new thing to take away the element of nurturing for the child. We got child, Jesus. And it says, you care deeply about children and they readily respond to your love. All children, including your own inner child, require love, affection and attention. We can clear and open your heart and schedule so that you can give more time and energy to the children who need you. It's exactly what this is. This is exactly what this inner child part of the reading is calling for. It's like everything needs attention. Our children need our attention right now, especially our inner child, especially if it wasn't given the love and the nurturing and the guidance that it needed to be a part of a family, a part of a community. Hi Lavette, Lacey. Okay, so that's that for the inner child. Let's see. I'll go on for the inner child. Let's do divine masculine. I'm looking at my fingers because this inner child, this is going to be the divine masculine. This obviously is the shadow, because and then you got divine feminine, and then you got the higher self. So we'll do it in that order, okay? Thank you so much. Thank you. This is my new obsession. I'm obsessed with ties in this season. I really am. Still trying to find my style for my next chapter. So yeah, I'm obsessed with ties right now. I don't think I've had an obsession with ties. Maybe a little bit in my 20s. Small. I used to wear my ex-husband's ties sometimes with outfits, but I'm obsessed. Sankofa for the divine masculine, learn from the past. It says here, this symbol is often of a bird with an egg in its mouth, with its head turned backwards while its feet face forward. The Akan believed learning from our past avoids repeating mistakes and helping us achieve our full potential in the future. I feel like that says it all when it comes to divine masculine energy. You know, you've got a responsibility to yourself to do better, you know, to learn from your mistakes. If we're thinking about leadership, if we're thinking about providing for yourself, protecting yourself, you know, you need to definitely learn from your past on how to do that better for yourself and then outwardly for your community. Don't fall for that banana in a tailpipe shit. Don't let nobody take care of your family for you. Don't let nobody pull the rug from underneath you anymore. And don't be afraid to fight and stand up for yourself. Divine masculine energy. This is the time. Boy, it's the front line vibes, boy. Telling you, I've been telling you about that Mad Max energy that's slowly bubbling under the surface. It's becoming more and more apparent that, you know, people are getting ready for battle. And, you know, this war has been a silent spiritual war, but I think it's spilling over now. We're definitely getting into the time where people have a feeling like they're going to have no choice but to move mad. I'm telling you. We got the strength card. You're going to be supported in it. I'm loving these major arcanas popping up. You got the strength card, my G's. It says the grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges, the power of kindness and forgiveness. Time to embrace how wonderful you are. Divine masculine energy. Learn from the past. Let's see what other clarifier we can get. Now let's stick with the angels. If it's an angel day, oh, but one card of the abundance deck just fell on the floor, so we'll use that too. Okay. It says energy work. Life can be electrifying because its very essence is energy. Your body is a remarkable energy field that will positively respond to loving treatments. Your hand and heart are activated to give healing energy to your loved ones and clients. That's definitely a message to my divine masculine as I use my hands for my work. So just remember that you're a part of everything and everything is a part of you. So it's giving Ubuntu. It's giving I am because of you. I'm in service to you as you are to me. I love you as I love myself. That's the energy that it's giving, divine masculine. So it's going to be very easy to measure if you're kind of on the right track at this time, because your mirrors, the people around you, will be able to reflect if you are displaying strength, if you are electrified in your presence, if you are learning from your mistakes, if you are definitely in a space of transformation, to be a better part of your community, to be a better part of your internal functionings with your 5 aspects of your soul. Are you doing everything that you need to be doing when it comes to your masculine energy? All right, my loves. Let's see what the abundance card that fell on the floor is saying. Success. Didn't this come up in the last? Reading? Maybe that's why it fell. Just to remind us that we are in this energy. Remember, we're moving towards out of this snake energy towards this red fire horse energy, which that's another thing I wanted to talk about. The four horsemen. You know, the red fire horse is definitely giving Aries energy, war. It is. Like, yes, it's going to be charging forward, but it's red and it's angry. So we've got to prepare ourselves for this. And especially the way Donnie's moving right now, he's aggravating this. He's really aggravating this thing differently. But remember, Tiamat's also made herself known, and what she's going to be doing to kind of counteract Donnie's behavior, which is so interesting to watch in real time. All right, so let's have a look at the shadow energy, shall we? It's my pleasure, Poppy Evans. Wow, stem easy. I pray that you are healing from that experience and that you are definitely moving towards support and love. Yeah, Decree. Welcome back, babe. The cards be jumping, but they're not falling out. Okay, Bomb. Shadow energy says harmony and mutuality. Harmony exists between elements in the sky, such as the stars and the moon, but they're completely different things, but they live in harmony. Same way we're talking about the 5 aspects of the soul, how they must be harmonious. I love that the shadow is giving harmonious energy, especially in the analogy of it being a finger on my hand, that it being the middle finger, and it's got both of the other aspects on either side of it. It's almost like the foundation, the stronghold of this whole thing, and it's giving harmony and mutuality, which I love, because you know sometimes the shadow, if it's feeling some type of way, it can move mad. Cup's so heavy. I didn't realize how heavy that cup was until I brought it home. Like, shit, this cup is heavy, boy. But I like it. I like, especially when it's got really hot liquid in it and you can just really feel comfort. Oh, definitely I'll say a prayer for you, Decree, because Monday is my Divine Feminine Day, and it's when I'm really in prayer. So I'll definitely remember to say a prayer for you, my babes. Alright, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Probably the shutdown rest that you need right now. So just make sure that you rest and heal well. We got the 9 of Wands. Harmony and mutuality. There's still a bit of worry though. Not worry, this is stamina. There's a lot of stamina, sorry. My bad, I thought it was the 9 of Swords. Here it's giving stamina. It's giving the war's over but a soldier on. That's what it's giving. It's giving, look at that Christ-like consciousness. It's giving faith. It's knowing that there's a final push that is needed at this time to really anchor ourselves into the reality in which we actually want to live in, and not the one in which we are being pushed into. Steady progress. Thank you, Decree. Thank you so much for the donation, my love. Girl, thank you. Steady progress. We acknowledge you for the progress you've made in remembering love in your daily activities. We can clearly see the contribution you're making to the world through your thoughts, feelings, and actions of love. You're not being overlooked. You're not being overlooked at this time, especially not the shadow energy. The shadow energy is really being applauded and celebrated for its contribution at this time, for really finding itself in this whole dynamic of the 5 aspects of the soul. Because remember, for too long, the shadow energy has been demonized and has been made to feel like an outsider and a disruptor, when in fact, look, it's the one that the others congregate to, come to. I know it sounds weird, but I feel to pull trust. I feel to pull this for the shadow energy as well. Trust yourself. Trust the process. If I believe enough, then I can learn to trust. If you believe enough, you can learn to trust. Is it obvious? Dolce. I mean, I'm a fan of my Chinese zodiac sign. Come on, I'm a fan of it. Alright. Okay. Don't you remember what I dressed up as in the Year of the Dragon as myself? Tiamat, actually. So yeah, have that there. Trust. Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine. And I went all the way to Japan, and we climbed a mountain that had a what do you call it, like a mythology of a dragon, story, because it had this beautiful lake there, this beautiful blue lake, and it told the story of the dragon princess from the lake and stuff. I was when I say gassed, I still can't get over that. I went to Japan like nearly a year ago. What do you mean? What do you mean? It was a year ago. Jesus Christ. It was just, honestly, easily my best trip ever. My best. Divine Feminine, come on. Safety, security, and love. The home to the Akan is a special place. A home with a fence provides security and protection. Tiamat. And this is her home. So, regardless of how you might be feeling, you shouldn't be feeling anxious. You shouldn't be feeling afraid. You shouldn't be feeling even apprehensive about how we move forward in this time. Safety, security, and love. You are fully protected. You are fully protected. Divine Feminine, use your Divine Feminine energy to protect yourself. Do your things, do whatever it is that you do to protect yourself in these times. I know a lot of us have fallen off, me included. My baby said to me the other day, she was just like, Mum, do you want to keep the cat? I was like, no, I don't, because I want my altar back. I love the cat, man. I love you, Mars, but I want my altar back. Marcy doesn't tolerate the altar. She removes feathers and she all these things. But I want my practices back. I want these things, these visuals back in my home. And the cat doesn't lend for that. She doesn't like it. Remember, if you think about her from Egypt, cats. Sekhmet, she wants to be worshipped only. She doesn't want to be upstaged. She don't want to be upstaged, and I'm just like, girl. Right, Bob, I need to hurry up because my phone is going to soon run out of juice. Oh well. Alright, hold on. Gosh, what kind of shuffling is that? Alright, let's get a clarifier for safety. Aban for the Divine Feminine energy. And she got the Prince of Autumn. Dependable, protective, chivalrous, and harmonious. This is again, guess what this is? This is also the Nine of Wands. I'm lying. Wait, I'm lying. No, it's not. It's the Nine of Pentacles. It's the Nine of Pentacles. It says cautious but wise action, meticulous attention to detail, kindness to others. And really, do you know, another thing that I've been really watching on YouTube is financial advice, investment advice. What should I be doing with my money? And one thing that I've been learning is that in order to stay wealthy or develop a wealthy mindset is to know what every single one of your pennies is doing, how it's moving, why you choosing for it to move in that way. These are the things that I'm rewiring my brain to comprehend, to grasp, so that I can put into action things that I'm learning. So this is also this is safety and security when you know what your money's doing, you know what your coin is doing. Nine of Pentacles, you've built up quite a momentum when it comes to material status, material wealth. It might not feel like it, but look around yourself. You know, how are you living? How are you presenting? Do you know what I mean? Like, you might not feel rich, or you might not identify as rich or wealthy or money wealthy, but you're surprisingly in a percentage where you shouldn't be suffering, because all of your needs are met and you was not put here to suffer. And if this has been your mantra for as long as you've been going through this process, for as long as you found me, I'm going to continue to tell you that all of your needs are met and you were not put here to suffer. Every single one of your needs are met. There's nothing that is out of reach. There is no resource that is not at your fingertips in these times. If you believe that. Let's get the abundance deck and see what they're saying. Oh, that was a flip over. Yes. Do you hear? Exactly. They're saying exactly what she just said. All of your needs are met. You were not put here to suffer. Yes. You have to keep telling yourself that. And as long as you keep telling yourself that, your brain will start believing that. And when your brain starts believing that, it will start giving you evidence. It will start showing you evidence of that. I'm telling you, I've been doing it for years now. That's how I'd survive. Because on paper, it doesn't make sense that I've survived this long in the lifestyle that I live. It doesn't make sense, really. But I wasn't put here to suffer. All of my needs are met. Higher self. The power of love and devotion. This symbol is the power of love. The power of love and devotion. It's the power of love and devotion. First of all, to your creator, then to yourself, and then to your outward community. Some people don't like that order, but that's the order that I go in. Okay? My neighbour the other day, she's the one that runs the mother's recharge for the sauna. And we were talking, she had another one of her clients with her, and we were walking back from the place, and we were trying to encourage the lady that was with us. She was having a bit of a hard time. We were trying to encourage her, and then my neighbour said something that I received well, because I'm still learning to receive how people perceive me. And sometimes, not even sometimes, most of the time, it's really beautiful how people perceive me. And she said that I speak to her and her daughter the same way I speak to myself and my daughter and everyone. She says that I speak with so much love, and which is true, but sometimes your certain way of being it's not been safe for you to be like that, and there's been no reciprocation for you being that way. But you must continue to be this way. You must continue to be truthful to who you are, and who you are is love, and you've got to stay in love. You've got to stay in love at all costs. You can't fall out of love for no reason, just because of some terrible experiences caused by other people, caused by other circumstances. You have to stay in love. This is the key to all the things. It's the key to your peace. It's the key to your joy. It's the key to your happiness. It's your key to your connection with the Most High, the Most High Creator. This is it. This is like the bottom line. So the power of love and devotion must be flowing through your pores, man. Flowing through your words and your actions and your deeds. This needs to be flowing, man, without hesitation. Without hesitation. Let it hit who it may hit. And you might not get it back, but that's not the fucking point. Huh? Let's get a clarification and let's get out of it. It's been here a really long time. My phone is like, what are we still doing here? I'm looking for the deck. There it is. Oh, God. Don't want all of them. Just want that. 8 of Swords. Keeping yourself. Hey, Courtney. Hey, Fatah. I love that because that's the portal today, girl. 111. Self-imposed prison. That's why the love can't. That's why you can't feel the love. You know, there's no other person that's preventing it except you, your thoughts, and how you perceive yourself and how you think others perceive you. Like, it's a process. It's a working process, you know, to really truly love yourself. Like, it's such a cliche, off the cuff remark. You gotta love yourself, man. You gotta peel away so many layers of stuff. And so you just got to take your time and be patient with yourself in this process, but choose it you must. Choose it you must. And then the reflections, man. On the bottom of the deck you got you are one. Authenticity. That's at the bottom of the deck. Authenticity. You are one. You know what I watched the other day? I watched Wind in the Willows with Badger and Toad and Molly, and Ratty. It was so good. It was so good and wholesome. Thank you so much, Heavenly House. Yeah. No, Wind in the Willows was so wholesome. It's on YouTube. It was so beautiful. My nervous system was so enveloped in love, and oh, it was wicked, man. It was so I say wicked, that's not the word. It was beautiful. It was amazing. David Jason is definitely one of my favorite actors anyway, so him as Toad had me rolling. But it was just so beautiful, and I feel like the essence of that story, see, I'm telling you, it's time for me to go. The essence of the Wind in the Willows was friendship, community, and love, and helping one another. It was beautiful. That was the bottom line. That was the bottom line. Watch you some Wind in the Willows, you lot. You're going to really thank me for it. The way it's going to sweet you. And if you can watch it without scrolling or being distracted, it's going to be even more impactful and beautiful. All right, look. Our closing card will come from... I can't remember the name of the deck, boy. The Art of Divination is our closing card. And then that's it. That's our 5 aspects of the soul. Closing card is Refine. Refine. It says, are we willing to give more than we are giving and see what we are missing? If only we could listen. You heard? Yeah, you do need these kinds of movies, for real, for real. Oh, I love The Grinch. I haven't seen it in ages. That's why, Stamizi, you're going to be okay, my darling. Especially with the outlook as well. You're going to be fine, my love. Thank you so much, Hope Phoenix. And I will see you guys as and when. And it's been a joy. If you want to join me over